Hey fools, it's John Rosevear, and we're going to talk today about General Motors. GM said at the end of last week that its all-new Cadillac ELR would go on sale in January in all major U.S. metropolitan areas. That wasn't a surprise. We've known for a while now that the ELR would hit dealers early next year. What was a surprise is the price. GM is asking $75,995 for its latest Cadillac coupe. I saw an ELR up close about a week ago in New York, and I can tell you it's a very attractive car, very striking in person, good-looking coupe. And the interior looks to be just as nice as the ones we've seen in other recent Cadillacs, which is to say extremely nice, as good as the best of the German luxury brands, maybe even a little better in some cases. But $76,000 is a lot of money for what is really nothing more than the Cadillac version of the Chevy Volt. That's what this is. The ELR is built on GM's extended range electric technology. It's an electric car with a 1.4-liter gasoline four-cylinder engine that acts as an onboard generator. Gets about 35 miles of range on batteries alone if you charge it up at home, and then the engine kicks in and powers the car to a fuller range, just like the Chevy Volt. With a full tank of gas, the range is over 300 miles, just like the Chevy Volt. Now, the Chevy Volt isn't a Cadillac, but it also has a nice interior. It's a pretty nice car, and it's a nice car to drive. People really like it. It has among the highest owner satisfaction ratings in the business, and it starts at a little over $34,000. This new Cadillac is more than twice as much. So what is GM thinking here? I'm not sure, but I have some guesses here. Last week at that event that we were at, we heard Cadillac chief Bob Ferguson compare the new ELR to the Tesla Model S. But the Model S is a different kind of car. It's bigger, it's roomier, and of course it gets its 200 plus miles of range entirely on batteries. No gas tanks needed. Pricing the ELR like they think it's competitive with the Tesla is the kind of boneheaded, oblivious move that we would have expected from GM in the old days, or at least it seems like that. But you know, I met Bob Ferguson, who runs Cadillac now. I talked to him for a bit. He's not a bonehead. He's a sharp guy, just like the other people we've met who were running GM nowadays. They clearly have some sort of strategy in mind here. Ferguson has talked about taking a prescriptive approach to selling the ELR, reaching out to individual customers rather than running big ads and so forth. One thought is that the ELR is just the long and awaited production version of a concept car called the Cadillac Converge, which they showed all the way back in 2009. This was always going to be the Cadillac version of the Chevy Volt. It took so long to get built because of all the other priorities GM had coming out of bankruptcy. They canceled it and uncanceled it a couple of times, but at this point it might just be kind of a placeholder for a year or two while they develop a more advanced electric Cadillac. And it may be that they don't expect to sell very many of these, but they do want to set expectations around price as part of the larger push to establish Cadillac as a top-notch luxury car brand and as a presence in the upscale electric car market, which Tesla really has all to itself right now. So maybe that's what they're going to think. They're thinking here. I'm not seeing them sell very many of these, but we'll be watching closely. Thanks for listening, and fool on.